Hello and welcome to Summerset on the Elder Scrolls Online public test server. Now before we get into this video, I just want to say that I have disabled the dialogue volume and I'm going to avoid anything but the topic on this video to try and avoid any kind of spoilers that you might be trying to avoid. So for today we are going to be taking a look around Summerset. And we're just going to be taking a look around the zone. I'm going to share my opinions and that's going to be it. And I'll be back with another video talking about other aspects, just so we can kind of avoid overlapping things in case you're trying to avoid a specific part of the game. It just makes it a lot more easier to handle. So with that out of the way, you should be gone now if you're trying to avoid things. But this is Summerset. So I have a mixed feeling about Summerset. It is both very beautiful, but it seems very small. And don't mind about the naked people down here. That's how you spawn in on the template character. You're just naked. And hello, Mr. Cat. Anyway, let's just run around here and take a look around the actual continent. So this is the map itself. This is it, basically. This is Summerset as a whole. And these are all the icons that I could find. There might be a few more that I'm missing, but this is generally what you're going to expect. The island in itself seems a little bit off scales, because here is Auradon over here and here is Summerset, and it doesn't quite match up the way it should. Now the first thing you're going to notice on the map itself is there's quite a lot of unplayable areas, and this is why I sort of have a mixed feeling about it, because the actual map is very big but the playable area is quite small. So you can see here, the way the actual map has been set out is you basically fork off into little four corners. So you got down here, you got down there, across there, and up there. And the paths are quite tight. There's not much exploring to actually do all around it. But let's just go for a little ride around here, and as you can see, it's very beautiful. It's like Auradon, but it's been knocked up a notch in terms of beautification. So this is basically it in terms of its aesthetics. It's a lot of grass, a lot of flowers, and a lot of trees. So you can take that as you will. Some might like it, some might not. Another important detail about the map is, of course, there's a severe lack of enemy density. This could be just because it's in early testing and they're going to add more, but as you can see here, there's just very little around, which is quite nice to see. There's always been a little small problem about some of the maps in the Elder Scrolls Online being too clustered. I mean, you can't exactly ride around on your mount without being dismounted because there's bloody enemies everywhere. But yeah, the architecture for all the buildings all seem absolutely fantastic. Some of it looks incredible, others look like it's just been reused from other parts of the game, which is okay. I don't expect them to make completely new assets per expansion or DLC. So it is very much like Dominion starting zones in terms of its overall feel. The music in itself is not going to be the actual music in the game. They're just using a placeholder at the moment, which should be changed later on. But yeah, this is basically it. It's just a lot of grass, a lot of trees, and some very fancy buildings everywhere. There's one of the mountains that we can't access because it's just an unplayable zone. So we're now approaching the coastline, which I think is the absolute best part of the Summerset Isles expansion. Look at this. This looks so good, doesn't it? It looks so good. And that is, I don't know whether to laugh or cry at that the coastline is ultimately the best part of this DLC so far in terms of its like overall map aesthetics. But look at this. It's so detailed compared to the rest of the map, which is just grass and trees. Look at all this. It's absolutely incredible. And it just keeps going on and on and on with more and more unique little rock formations, seashells, and other little, like, whatever the hell these are, like fossilized mushrooms. It just goes all the way around the island, but it's kind of unfortunate that there is very little in terms of, like, content to do on the beach. I know there is an Abyssal Geyser that I just went past, but I'll touch on that on another video. They're literally the only real things on the coastline itself for you to actually admire while you're going down. And I'm just going to say right here, those Abyssal Geysers should be renamed to Abysmal Geysers. I mean, they're supposed to be like dolmens, or the Dark Anchors, whatever you want to call them. But they were just such a disappointment. But I'll touch on that on another video. So here we are on the southeast of the map at the Sylvar Ward. And now this is actually quite a nice little area. It's basically a little zoo. Look at this area. It's a little zoo where the animals have broken out. It's quite nice. Hopefully they won't aggro. But yeah, it is a zoo. But as we come along, oh, I got stunned out of here. Let me just escape out of here. So yeah, as we come down here, what we'll end up with more of the same aesthetics as we saw on the northeast side of the island, which is basically the entire island. I think I've said this already. It is quite similar all over the island. It is mainly like the little zones, the little towns and all that, which actually give it its like unique flair compared to the other zones in the game. In terms of its actual size, I know I said that it was quite big overall but had a small playing area. I'd say it's quite similar to Malabar Tour in terms of its actual playing content wise. But we can just keep riding down here. Let me just switch weapons. That's also a really annoying thing. If you switch weapons on a mount, you get dismounted. Let me just ride along here. There we go. So as we go to the western side of the island, it's still more the same. We've got a bit more mountainous. It's a bit more rocky around here. There's a lot more mountains. That's kind of the unfortunate thing, because I would love to be able to go all the way up to the top there, but unfortunately you can't because they made it like an unplayable area. In terms of the frame rate, as some of you may know that I am running a 1050 Ti and a 3.2 GHz quad core, it's relatively okay actually. It seems to stick to around about 60 frames a second most of the time. There is a memory leak issue, so there is a few lag spikes here and there, like what's going on here. I just need to wait for it to recover and then it'll be all fine. Let's just keep riding around here. So yeah, it seems very beautiful overall. It's just a little bit samey, really. I think that's the way to put it. It's very samey, although we do have like a nice little foresty feel on the western side of the island, but then we're back to more of the same in terms of just grass, trees everywhere. But this is what I mean. Look at that. Isn't that absolutely beautiful to look at? So yeah, that is it for this video. I know there's not much to it because it is just basically grass and trees everywhere. And hopefully I'll be back with another video which will be focusing on the Abyssal Geysers. So thank you all for watching. I'll be back with another video on the Summerset Isles some point soon. Bye bye.